What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight, and can we make the playoffs?
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
Welcome back to the Dolphins franchise, where we ended up going 2-1 last episode and beating one of the top teams in the AFC. But we did lose to the Patriots, so our season record against the AFC East is 1-5. Our offense did make one little bit of a stride, as they are now 31st in the NFL, and our defense is still the top defense in the league. So not exactly sure what that's going to entail. Hopefully Trevor Lawrence continues his really hot streak of not throwing interceptions. But I did want to answer one of your questions that did go off on media just a little bit. And we are going to be jumping into a Madden 21 franchise rebuild. Haven't necessarily picked the team. Well, actually I have. I just want to keep it a secret. But I'm currently working on it, so it will be out. I know that Madden 21 franchise is still very bare bones, and a lot of YouTubers are just not happy with it, and a lot of them are not even doing a franchise. But Madden said that they're going to be updating it throughout the year, so we will have to see if that happens. But we are definitely doing one for Madden 21. And we also had a couple of votes for the first time, thanks guys, to watch a game this episode. So we're actually going to be watching the Week 15 game in Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. You guys might be a little bit disappointed because Aaron Rodgers is no longer on the team. It's an Andy Dalton-led Green Bay Packers, so enjoy that. It should be pretty exciting. But I also made a little bit of a mistake. For whatever reason, I kind of thought that we had 18 weeks in the NFL season. Definitely drew just a duh moment there. So we're actually only going to be getting through week 14 and 15 this episode. So we have a little bit of an NFC North episode. Lions, Packers. Hopefully we're able to win a few. But I did want to actually start out with a contract negotiation. I absolutely love this guy. He just hasn't been playing, and it might be a little bit steep because he wants almost over 2.5 per year. But I think it's kind of worth it, and I mean, he plays well above his overall anyway. But he hasn't really necessarily even played for us. But Damon Hazelton, welcome back to the Fins. I don't think there is anybody else that I'm probably going to go after until, regression happens. I might go after Thuney. But let's see if we can end up getting a win against the Lions here at Hard Rock Stadium. We pretty much have to win out just to have an outside chance of making the playoffs, and 16 and 17 are against two playoff-bound teams. So we definitely need 2 straight wins this episode. And our playoff hunt pretty much comes to an end at this point, as we end up losing to the Lions 17-9. Not exactly sure why the 2-point that was returned for 2 points is not on there, but we actually really lost 17-9. Our offense, pathetic once again. 238 yards, and 200 of those yards came in the second half. We had 40 yards at halftime. What is going on? I just don't understand. We were pretty much shut out for the entire game. We did have one late drive in the fourth quarter that ended up in a DJ Shark touchdown. But we are not good on offense. And our defense did okay, 287 yards. They didn't give up a touchdown. They gave up 5 field goals. So you can't really blame them for any of this. But the 3 turnovers, the 3 interceptions by Trevor Lawrence, that is going to kill us every time. We cannot win when we turn the ball over all the time. As for the player stats, Trevor Lawrence had 233 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Devontae Parker, 5 catches, 60 yards. DJ Shark had 2 catches for 27 yards and that touchdown. Chase Young on the defensive side had 1 sack, 3 TFLs. Jerome Baker had 13 tackles, which isn't bad. And then for the Lions, Stafford had 202 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Lindsay Dixon, their starting running back, actually had 122 all-purpose yards. So he was kind of running all over our defense. It was kind of not great. Kenny Galladay, 4 catches, 85 yards. He did end up getting knocked out in the third quarter. So then we were really kind of able to shut down their offense. And then Kazi actually had their 2 interceptions out of the 3, so he looked awfully good on the defensive side. But it does also look like Phillip Lindsay, who got injured this game, might not be returning anytime soon. So Phillip Lindsay will actually be missing the remainder of the season with a broken collarbone, the same injury that QT has. So not a good thing, but I think we are going to be starting Anthony McFarland Jr. He has looked a little bit better than Whitlow this season, so I think he's going to get the majority of the snaps. So this team is very, very inconsistent so far. And I mean, we still have 3 games to go. We're not necessarily mathematically eliminated, but there is pretty much no chance. I mean, if we do still win out, we still could possibly end up getting a, playoff spot, but I'm not really too worried about it at this point. I see that DJ Shark had that breakout chance, so that's going to be good. But I think it is time to jump into our showcase game. The Andy Dalton, Sony Michel Green Bay Packers are 4-8-1, so they practically have the same record as us. But we already have noticed how bad that we are against teams with not very good records. So let's jump in and hopefully we can get ourselves a win.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down and 1. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Throwing, Dalton. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, look at the numbers for Parker in last week's game. 5 catches, 60 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
2nd and 3. He'll find Parker again, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. A look now at the Miami offense.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Now a short one to Gesicki. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Update now. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return.
Enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change of quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll have a first down past the 40. And a cutback right sideline. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Off the play fake, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a set.
3. Now they'll run on the brawl. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Out come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. On the 30. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Time to roll through the starters now defensively for Miami. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Dalton. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Dalton here from the gun. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. Badgley able to punch this one through. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down.
We should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. A give to Michel running right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw here, Dalton. Finding Gabriel complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. It's 1st and 10. Dalton off play action. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. 10-11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Dalton. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. Down. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right.
Always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll run it. This is Michelle, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, here's Jones. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. On the move on first down. From the gun, Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Carry on Johnson. A touchdown run in that first half. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And at the half, they trail the visiting Jets in that ball game. Sam Darnold has a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching, it's been the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, who's led the way. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Distance like this at intermission.
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A quick throw complete to Chark. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Nice play there.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. This second half, 1st and 10.
Check 3.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. First down. 2nd and 5. And this is caught. It's Parker. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 7. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. And his kick is good. And that's going to tie us at 13.
I feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he powers his way up past the 30. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Dalton sets up play action. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. To throw on second down, Lawrence. Open man right side is Shark. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 10. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And he's probably wondering, how do I get that mojo back from the first half that he seems to have lost a little bit here in the third quarter?
And every guy has his whisperer on the team. You know, that one guy who can say things to him that other people can't. Right now, he's looking for that guy to kind of, hey, we're good. We're good. One interception. Just get it back. Get back to being who you are. And this team will be okay.
Yeah, because they led at halftime, trailing now. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's second and 7 now from the 28.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Dalton now to pass. And that's complete to Adams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43.
Not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And Dalton to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. It's in this second half. Here's first and 10. From the gun, Dalton. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Push him back. Push him back.
Here's Dalton. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. For Michael Badgley. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
Everyone happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put him through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense,
under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Sack, work to be done. Play action here with Dalton. And the pressure gets to him again. Raekwon McMillan after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Dalton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kendall Beckwith.
Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Those guys win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it with Jones. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and dropped shy of the 45. The Packers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Passing. It's Dalton. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
From the 17, Dalton. He'll check this one down to Michel. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. Oh, no, he lost the football.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they will move out in front by 3.
They bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
They can't stop you, son.
And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So the Dolphins now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Throwing after the interception. Lawrence. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 2. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 or. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Good job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball's moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3.
Bring it.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Packers, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll get to stay home again
next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
And another frustrating loss for the Dolphins as we end up losing 26-16. We were down 13-0, and then we came back and took a 16-13 lead, and then got blown out in the fourth quarter. But how do we lose a game where we don't give up an offensive touchdown? We had a field goal blocked that was returned for a touchdown. We had a pick six. I mean, what is going on right now? Our team definitely has some of the worst luck, I can tell you that. Our defense is playing great. Our offense was getting yards, but the turnovers again. I mean, really, 2 turnovers. That was the 2 picks by Lawrence, but then that blocked field goal that was returned for a touchdown. We just can't get it together, and now we are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. We have no chance. We have no hope. Now we need to fight, and I mean, just for pride, because we are a team that just doesn't deserve to win. We're not doing it. We're not doing it on any sides of the ball, and we're just losing. As for the players' stats, Trevor Lawrence had 286 yards, a touchdown. There's 2 picks. Devontae Parker, 6 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. AMJ Starton got 78 all-purpose yards, majority of them in the receiving game. Merlin Robertson added 2 sacks. Fitzpatrick had the pick. And then on the other side for the Packers, Andy Dalton, 178, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Devontae Adams, 4 catches, 74 yards. Kendall Beckwith was everywhere on their defense. 14 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a sack. And then Caden Stearns was the guy who actually ended up getting the 2 touchdowns. He had the blocked field goal returned for a touchdown, and then also had the pick 6. So that guy was an absolute stud today. He should get a Defensive Player of the Week award. So definitely a disappointing episode and really disappointing season for the Finns. I mean, we just didn't stand a chance. We had no offense, and then our defense was really good. But then when we had offense, our defense wasn't really good. Just a very frustrating season, very inconsistent season as we beat some of the best teams and lost to some of the worst teams. A lot of less overall teams actually ended up beating us, so that is crazy. But let's take a look at the upgrades for the episode and our updated draft board. And starting the upgrades here with star halfback Phillip Lindsay, who is now going to miss the rest of the season. But I think for him, I think we're going to continue to go into elusive back for him, get him up to 87 overall. He's probably going to hit a little bit of regression this year, so I'm kind of excited to see, well, I'm unexcited to see where he drops. Starting quarterback Trevor Lawrence will get one as well, and we're going to go into strong arm. Doesn't quite become a scheme fit for us. Accuracy, middle, throw power. I mean, I need awareness traits because his interceptions are just blowing my mind. But he did move up in overall to 85. Starting center Connor Williams. We're going to go into agile, get him up to a 78 overall. But I'm kind of looking at that center for our first pick in the draft this year. Backup cornerback Avery Young, who's probably going to be our slot next year. We're going to put into zone. Does get him up to 76 overall. That was his lowest spot, and he got +2. Okay. Backup middle linebacker LAKIA Henry. We're going to go into field general for him, and he actually jumped 2 overall to 76 overall and got a ton of upgrades. Slot receiver Adrian Hardy. We're going to go into slot, actually. We're going to try to get him up to that 75 overall. And then we'll start rounding him out a little bit, +2 catching. He doesn't really have problems catching the ball. Backup tackle Amani Dillon. We're going to go into agile, get him up to a 72 overall. Luckily, he hasn't had to play for us, but if he has to, I think he'd be fine. A guy I've been very surprised at this season is tight end Trey McKitty. He gets an upgrade, and we're going to go into vertical. it pops him up to a 69 overall, and he got a ton of upgrades. Now it's time to take a look at our updated draft board, as we're pretty much jumping into round 3 guys that I'm probably going to be targeting. Starting here with number 12 wide receiver, junior Lincoln Fields, 6'3", 199 pounds, out of Arkansas. Archetype is route runner, top skills, short route, medium route, deep route. He's only had one very good season, and it was his junior season, which he had 89 catches, 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns. So what's really kind of jumped his draft stock, people were kind of assuming he was going to stick as a senior, but he's entering the draft, and I think that we should go after him here in the 3rd round. Or we can go after number 6 left end Adam Beard, 6'4", 254 pounds, out of Clemson. Speed rush archetype with top skills of finesse, move, hit, power, pursuit. That late 1st round talent in the 3rd round is exactly what we're looking for. But he had a so-so year for Clemson, 6 sacks, 54 tackles, 14 TFLs, and a forced fumble. So he's kind of a relative unknown. Or we can go after number 7 left end Adric Weber, the 6'3", 248 pound senior, out of Colorado. Speed rush archetype, top skills, tackle, pursuit, finesse moves. He didn't really have any sort of draft stock until this senior year, where he had 5.5 sacks, 97 tackles, 16 TFLs, and 2 forced fumbles. He kind of plays in the Pac-12, which is kind of a throwing spread option, so he didn't really have a lot of opportunities to kind of showcase his sack ability, but he was still able to get 5, so I'm very intrigued. And that's where we're going to wrap up this episode, and then when we come back, we will get through Week 16 and Week 17, which are just pretty much pride games. But I mean, if we can beat those 2 teams, those are 2 very, very good teams. I mean, the Ravens and the Broncos, they kind of sit in the top 4 of the AFC. So, I mean, we've already beat the Texans, we've already beat the Browns. I mean, why not the Ravens and the Broncos, and just add to my confusion and disappointment to this season. And then we'll wrap up the season. We know we're not going to be making the playoffs, but at least we'll have a decent draft pick, I guess. I mean, it's probably not going to be top 5. Might be top 10, maybe not. But, I mean, other than that, pretty disappointed in this season. I'm not exactly sure where we went wrong. Yeah, we had a couple injuries here and there, but our offense was just, it took a step back. It regressed. Trevor Lawrence definitely regressed. He did not look good. He forces balls too much. They're getting picked. And they're not only getting picked, but they're getting picked for touchdowns. I mean, it is crazy when teams are scoring more off of your interceptions than when we're on offense. I mean, or when they're on offense, I should say. But thanks again for watching, and as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight, out.
They thought it was a game till I came back with that win overtime. I've been working, now I'm back at it again. Now we ain't finished, what you thought that was it?